So you have your vessel, which you've done the flange on the inside, and you hopefully have thrown your lid at the same time that actually fits, okay? So from here you have two choices depending on how thick or how much clay you left at the top of that in order to put the knob on it, okay? If you left plenty of clay, which I did not, you might get away with just cutting into it and carving the handle so that it sticks out, but you might not have enough room. So I'll show you both. So the first thing you do when you trim is you're going to use this wheel head and those lines to center it between everything, okay? And you're just kind of eyeballing it, and then you're going to get some nice, wet, soft clay. That's fine, I need that. And you're going to divide it up into little pieces. And you're going to take those and right across from each other. You always do this 180 degrees across from each other so that if you're pushing on it, it's not going to push it out of the center. Does that make sense? And then I make them into cylinders, and you have to push down first so that you're not warping your little lid. Okay, so push down first. Pushed it. And then push in. Okay, and then spin your wheel around. You want enough clay there to really hold it in place, because if this comes off in the middle of center or in the middle of trimming, it's such a pain in the butt. Okay, so push down and then push it into the wheel or into the pot. Okay, with something like this as a lid, there's a lot of clay on the outside, so I'm going to start by showing you how to try and attempt to throw the knob or to cut the knob into it without adding anything. Just want to turn it on. That would help. Okay, start with your potter's. No, not your potter's knife. Start with either your large loop tool, your small loop tool. I prefer this tool. You can borrow if you want. And I'm just going to start by getting rid of all this excess clay on the outside. Okay. Make sure that's secure. Another thing you can do is if you want to make sure you're not going to cut too much off, you can draw yourself a little line and say, that's about where I want my knob. Okay? And then keep going from there. And it is a lot of, it's shifting. Did you see that? Hold still. Okay. You might have to push on the top to hold it into place just a little bit. Hopefully not too much. I may have left enough clay here. Keeps shifting. Stop that. Bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
You too. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit more because that's making me crazy.
So on your right.
Thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to use the corner of this loop tool to trace that line I drew. And then I'm going to continue cutting. And if you've left yourself enough clay, you really can carve your knob right out of this. Most of you, myself included, may not have. I didn't on this particular one, but that's how you would do it. Does that make sense? And then you just continue carving and shaping. And you can use this Sureform is what it's called. It's actually for drywall. It works really well for clay to like get rid of the really scruffy parts. Now, if you didn't leave yourself enough room, this is where it's going to become really important. What you're going to do is take your needle tool and you're going to score it just like normal. And you're going to use slip. I don't have any slip right now because I got rid of it all. Can somebody have me a slip ball? Sorry. Anyway, nobody has one. And you're going to take just a little ball of clay, about the size of a marble. There's something in here. You're going to take a little ball of clay, about the size of a piece of marble. Is that in the way? And you're going to attach it on. Yep, it is a big one. You want something more than you think you're going to need, because if it comes undone or you mess up, you have more clay to deal with. Hey, do you just set them here? I'm videotaping. Can you? Yeah, just set them there. Thank you. I swear, this is why I don't videotape my little class lessons. Okay, and then you're going to center that up. And if any of you've done the spout yet, you know this is more difficult than it appears. The nice thing about this is that you really can get those really nice knobs that are actually grippable, whereas before, maybe not so much. And it's not super centered, but the nice thing is, with the knobs, you really can't tell after you stop the wheel. I mean, if you look at it from here, you can't tell. Now, I really don't like the shape of this right now, so I'm going to work on that. And you can get as tall as you would, depending on how much clay you give yourself. Looks like a bishop on the chess piece, huh? Okay, and then you just take it off and you continue cleaning that up with your wet sponge. Okay, you can pause that now, or stop that now.